glory, and respect due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachar. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom. I'm the brother Yasharala with Great Millstone Chicago. I want to hop into a quick in transit, going into the false Manzer breakdown. All right, you got some goofball Israelites. All right, I'm gonna call them what they are. They are Israelites. They know they're Israelites, but they're goofballs because of the doctrine that they teach. All right, you got the Manzer doctrine where if if you're both parents, all right, have to be an Israelite, and if both of your parents are not Israelites, then you're considered a Mamzer. All right, which the and it's really that's why the scriptures say to study to show thyself approved. Because if you actually read the scriptures, all right, studied them, and have a good understanding of the scriptures, you would know that only your father would have to be an Israelite, all right, for you to be considered of the nation of Israel. All right, I'm gonna give you an example. During children, all right. When you read what's that? I think it's Exodus, the first chapter. When you read it, all right, it goes into how the nation of Israel became great and mighty in Egypt. All right. And the Pharaoh at the time, you know, he was in fear that, hey, look, these people are becoming greater than we are. What if they join forces, with the other nations and come and take us down, right? So he made a decree for all the Hebrew Israelite male children or new babies to be put to death. All right, and but the women children, leave them alone, because they understood that your lineage, your pedigree, your house is by your father, and that's Numbers, the first chapter. All right, they declare their pedigrees by the house of their fathers. Okay, not the house of their mothers, not the house of their fathers and their mothers. No, it was off of the house of your father. That's why Pharaoh did away with the male children. All right, and Moses, the story. He got put in the basket in the water, and Pharaoh's daughter raised him up. All right, and that's just one example. All right, now for those who say, oh, both parents have to be Israelites in order for you to be an Israelite. Well, let's stick with Moses. He had sons with a Numbers, the 12th chapters lets you know he had an Ethiopian wife. All right, which is a heathen woman from the line of Ham. All right, but his children were Israelites. All right, his Moses' children were considered Israelites. All right, let's fast forward to Joseph. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's go to Isaac. Isaac's mother, all right, there wasn't an Israelite. The Israelites haven't even came into existence yet. And then from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob, his name was changed to Israel, the forefather of the Israelites. His four wives were not Israelites, but his sons were considered Israelites because they came from him. Okay. So for you, oh, both parents have to be Israelite uh doctrine, all right, the Manzer doctrine, all right. So you're telling me the 12 tribes of Israel, they'll be considered Mamzers according to them, because the sons of Israel, they didn't have Israelite mothers, all right. All their mothers uh were women of the other nations. Now let's fast forward to Joseph. All right, Joseph, eventually he wound up in Egypt. He made Egypt great. All right, the Yahweh was dealing with Joseph, so he was able to break down the Pharaoh's dream, and he became second in command, damn near. He was under the Pharaoh, so he became had a high office, right? Joseph's two sons were was Ephraim and Manasseh. All right, Joseph didn't have a Israelite wife to marry, but guess what? His sons were considered Israelites, Ephraim and Manasseh. Hey, all the sons of Israel had to lay down with a heathen wife in order to bring Israelite children. There were all right. The only Israelite woman would have been their sister. I forget her name. I think it's Deanna or Diana. I get it. I forget their sister name was, but technically she was the only Israelite woman at the time. All right, until the sons started bringing forth Israelite children by who? The heathen nations. All right, mainly you can say Egyptian women, um, sons of our children of Ham, because they became great in Egypt. All right, so yeah, that it's really shows how unlearned some of these so-called Hebrew Israelites are when they teach a Mamzer doctrine. All right, now really, um, what a Mamzer, or you could really say a bastard, would be. Um, I think it's in a Deuteronomy. It says a bastard shall, Deuteronomy 23, if I'm not mistaken. It goes into a bastard shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh, which that'll be an Israelite woman with having a child with a heathen man. Now you got the example of the Israelite woman whose son was an Egyptian. All right. And what did he do? Which he was a heathen. He wasn't no Israelite because of his mom. No, he was an Egyptian. All right. He was a heathen because his father was a heathen. All right. So there's an example of a heathen who had an Israelite woman and had a child, which that would be a bastard, or what they would say a mamzer, right? It's when your father is a heathen. Now he took the Yahweh's name in vain, and ultimately his judgment was to be put to death. All right, you and there's plenty of other examples, like that King David's great grandmother. I'm not exactly sure if it was his great grandmother, but somewhere down the line, you had Ruth, all right, the Moabitess, all right, a Moabite, which today that would be a so-called Chinese woman, all right, where you get the Book of Ruth from, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Obed, all right, it was Obed who you know what? Let me look it up now that I'm at this red light real quick. Um, Okay, let me look this up really quick. It's Matthew's the first chapter. Mm, all right. This is Matthew's 1 and let me pull over to the side now. Give me a second. This is Matthew's 1 and 5. And Salam begot Boaz of Rahab, and Boaz begot Obed of Ruth. Okay, so this child was born through Ruth, which was a Moabite, right? And Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begat King David, the king. All right, so if you guys want to use that logic, then you'll call King David a Manzer because from his line, it came from one of his forefathers laid down with the Moabite woman. So you try to be back in the ancient day and call King David a bastard. He would have had your ass put to death. All right. As a matter of fact, just go down to Rehoboam. All right. Um, Let me pull over again. This is Matthew's 1. Okay, it doesn't say it in here. It doesn't say who Rehoboam's mother was. But let me do a quick Google search. All right, I believe she was an Ammonite, if I'm not mistaken. It says, I just typed in Google Rehoboam's mother. It says Naham was one of the 700 wives and 300 concubines. Solomon of concubines of King Solomon, the mother of his heirs. Okay, let me find the scripture to be better. All right, if I'm not mistaken, it says she was an Ammonite. Yup. Okay, so it's First Kings 14 and 21. It says, and Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 40 and 1 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which Yahweh did choose out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother was Na Naamah, an Ammonitess. Oh, so here it is, the one who came after King David, Solomon, his son, Rehoboam, who came after him to sit on the throne. His mother was an Ammonitess, which would be a so-called Japanese woman. Oh, but was he a mamzer? Was he a bastard? No. All right, he was an Israelite. See, man, these guys are goofy, man. That's why I said goofball Israelites. All right. Or you also got the black only Israelites. Both of your parents have to be black. Like when you have a good I went out. I probably was ranting for a minute. But I'll just go back to what the Ray of I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but First Kings 14 and 21 says Rehoboam, all right, the king of Israel after Solomon, which they're from the line of Judah. All right. His mother, Rehoboam's mother, was an Ammonite. All right. So for you goofball Israelites, oh, let me charge my phone up. Oh, both of your parents have to be Israelites. Oh, well, how do you explain that? All right. That's why I said goofball Israelites, man. It's off of who your father is. All right. It's off of who your father is. Mind you, the Israelites been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Why do you think Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, he gave you the parable of the tares and the wheat? All right. The wheat were what? The children of God. The tares were the children of the wicked one. All right. So you got the children of God, the wheat, and then you got the tares, the children of Esau, right? He said, let them grow together. Because if you try to separate them, you might take some of the children of God along with the wicked. Because guess what? You've been scattered. You have Edomites who look like Israelites. Now, those would be considered mamzers or bastards. All right. You so called Israelite women, you so called Negro, Latino, Native American women, all right, who got heathen husbands that go back to Esau, Edom. All right, guess what? Your children will be bastards because you brought forth children of the wicked one. You brought forth tares, and guess what? You do have uh um we what we call them chocolate covered Edomites. All right, you do have uh Edomites, all right, whose forefather goes back to Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white race of people that are really red, all right, but they look like dark skin. They look like Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans because of their forefather. And you're gonna have Israelites, men who had children with heathen women, all right, that those children come out looking like the other nations, but their father is comes from the line of Israel. Those children will be considered Israelites even though they look like the other nations. Or even an Israelite man with a so-called white woman, that child comes out, it's still an Israelite, but you'll have what are those goofball ISUPK? Sleeping with the white woman is the mark of the beast. I'ma just say it. I'm getting tired of saying MARK. And look, sleeping with white women is not the mark of the beast, you fucking goofballs. You guys are fucking goofballs. ISUPK, you guys are a bunch of goofballs. Now you are gonna have some elect that are among them, all right? But until further notice, you guys are a bunch of goofballs because you guys teach that. All right. Um, Let me see who else I can try to think of an example. We went to Moses. His wife was a heathen. His children were Israelites. Joseph. All right. Who did Joseph have in Egypt? All right. He had a heathen wife, but his two children, all right, are counted as sons of Israel, Ephraim and Manasseh. Pharaoh wanted to get rid of all the Israelite males. Why? Because we were becoming a great nation. They understood that you bring forth your nation through your fathers. All right. So, something quick to spirit, Yahweh willing. This was edifying to those that were meant to be edified. All right. Till next time. Shalom.